Hello, hello, it's Silly and Sissy. Welcome to the Silly and Sissy Show. We got your back. I'm your favorite auntie. Welcome to the Silly and Sissy Show, where we do everything funny. Welcome to the Silly and Sissy Show, where we'll read and go on in adventures. Read with Silly and Sissy. Welcome to Reader's Theater. Thank you. Reading with Silly and Sissy. Reading with Silly and Sissy. We got some amazing books here. Dino agrees. Let's say hello to Dino. Hello, Dino. Hello, Silly and Sissy. How are you today? I'm great, Dino. How was your day? Well, I'm doing grand. I really am. I'm grand. Well, that's grand to hear. Is that the word of the day, Dino? Yes, it is. Grand. Everything's grand. What are we going to learn about today? Silly Auntie Sissy? Well, I thought we'd read a book called Pride. Do you remember we talked about it last time? Oh, yes, I remember. It was about Harvey Milk, Dino. It was Harvey Milk, but that's good. You remembered mostly. And he was from San Francisco. That's right again. Good for you. Harvey Milk from San Francisco, California. That's right. Well, he was from New York originally, but we'll learn more. And Silly Auntie Sissy found the book, so we're going to read the story, and then we'll talk about it. Would you like that, Dino? Oh, yes, I like reading with you, Silly Auntie Sissy. All right, then let's read it. Okay. All right. Well, I see you out there. I see you. I see Isadora, and I see Morgane, and I see Chessie, and I see absolute grandness, and I see you. Thanks for joining us. And I see Dino, and we're going to read a story. Like I said, a story, Pride, the story of Harvey Milk and the rainbow flag. Let's get started. Super excited. Special thanks. It says, in memory of my Uncle Jack Sanders, special thanks to Gilbert Baker for his generous help and support of this project and for showing millions of us true colors. You have to give them hope. Hope for a better world. Hope for a better tomorrow. Harvey dreamed that everyone, even gay people, would have equality. He dreamed that he and his friends would be treated like everybody else. He dreamed that one day people would be able to live and love as they pleased. With his New York accent, Harvey talked to everyone about his dream. His voice boomed. His body bounced with energy and excitement. But Harvey's big voice and his big dream wouldn't be stopped. He discovered the best way to change laws was to help make laws. In 1977, that's a long time ago, Harvey Milk took a big step toward the dream when he became one of the first openly gay people to be elected to political office in the United States. Yes, indeed. I think so. Harvey and his friends planned marches to protest inequality and unfair laws, and just days before one of the marches, Harvey had an idea. A symbol, he thought. We need a symbol that shows who we are and how we feel. Something to carry during the march. Something to make people feel they're part of a community. Something to give people. Something extraordinary. He knew an artist who could help. Gilbert Baker, Harvey asked. Gilbert said, we need a flag. Volunteers arrived to help Gilbert's design come to life. Together they dipped fabric into large barrels filled with vivid, vibrant dyes. They cut and pieced and sewed until Harvey Gilbert and the other activists had a flag with 8 colorful stripes, a flag that Harvey hoped would give hope. Rights are won only by those who make their voices heard. On January 25th, 1978, 4 years later, when it was time for the march, a breeze stirred in San Francisco. The flag unfurled. The wind blew. The flag fluttered, flapped, and flew. A rainbow as bright and unique as the men and women who walked behind it led the march. Harvey and the people asked for equality. They asked to be treated like everybody else. They asked to be treated like everyone else because they wanted to be treated like everyone else. They asked to live and love as they pleased. They hoped the march would make a difference. So they marched and marched and marched and marched. For 5 months later, on the morning of November 27th, 1978, Harvey and the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone, were assassinated. Oh no! Their lives were taken by a man who did not think like Harvey or feel like him or act like him or love like him. The flag did not fly on that dark, sad night. Instead, thousands and thousands of people marched silently, carrying candles. The candlelight wove through the streets of San Francisco, up and down hills and around city buildings, a mile of glowing candlelight in honor of 2 lives lost. That could have been the end of Harvey's dream and the colorful flag, but it wasn't. Surprise! More rainbow flags were created. Some of the colors changed. 8 strips became 6 stripes, but the meaning of the flag did not change. It was a flag of equality. More and more people began to think of the flag as their flag, and they began to feel pride. They began to have hope. In 1994, Gilbert Baker designed another rainbow flag. This one was larger than all the rest. Women and men side by side carried the flag, a proud mile-long rainbow floating through New York. The flag was through the streets, up and down avenues and boulevards, and around city buildings. The people demanded equality. They demanded to be treated like everyone else. They demanded to live, love as they pleased. They were proud. They had hope. They would make a difference. More rainbow flags were made. Some were printed on bumper stickers and t-shirts. Others were hoisted into lampposts on Hillside Street in Chicago. One was hung in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Soon the rainbow flag was flying in other countries like Brazil, England, Israel, Russia, Singapore, and Turkey. The rainbow flag now unfurled in farms, in suburbs, and in cities. The flag flew proudly along public buildings, hotel shops, restaurants, churches, and homes. And once, on June 26, 2015, the White House was awash in the colors of the rainbow flag. That's when marriage was legal. But that's another story. Equality, pride, hope, and love. Harvey's dream became a flag for us all. Yay! Let's read a little note about Harvey Milk. The rainbow flag is also known as a pride flag. For decades, an upside-down pink triangle was the only symbol associated with homosexuals. Adolf Hitler introduced the triangle to shame gay men, but Harvey Milk realized that the gay and lesbian community needed a new positive symbol, and the rainbow flag was born. The original flag, designed and created by Gilbert Baker and a group of volunteers, had 8 stripes from top to bottom. The hot pink, red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, indigo blue, and violet. The rainbow flag now includes red, orange, yellow, green, royal blue, and violet. Harvey Milk was born in Woodmore, New York on May 27, 1930. He studied math and history at New York State College for Teachers. He served in the Navy, taught public school, and worked as a production associate on Broadway. He moved to San Francisco in 1972 and opened a camera shop. When he won a seat at the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, Harvey Milk became in 1977, Harvey became one of the county's first openly gay people elected to public office. He asked Gilbert Parker to create a symbol for the flag, as we just read, and Harvey Milk was then assassinated with Mayor George Moscone by Dan White. Gilbert Baker was born in Chinook, Kansas in 1951. His grandmother owned a men's clothing store and wanted to learn to sew. As an adult, Gilbert joined the army and he eventually moved to San Francisco. Once he settled in his new home, he bought a sewing machine. Harvey Milk asked him to create a symbol for the gay community, and hence the rainbow flag was born. He went on to design many other banners, flags, and works of art. Gilbert continued to be a gay rights advocate until his death on March 31st, 2017. He was a very old man. June 15th was historic. On that day, the Supreme Court of the United States of America ruled that gays and lesbians had constitutional right to marry. Woohoo! They're as free to live and love as they please. Well, and there you go. That is the story of Harvey Milk and the rainbow flag. What did you think? What did you think? Well, said silly Aunt Sissy, me. I think it was an amazing story. What did you think, Dino? Well, I liked it. Well, I'm glad you did. I was a little hesitant. Well, I have a question. What is assassination? Well, that's a big word. Assassination, Dino, is when someone, well, I'm just going to say it, kills someone because they didn't believe in the same thing as them. And they want something different. Oh. So that's a bad thing. Yeah, it is a very bad thing, Dino. And a lot of brave people have been assassinated. Harvey Milk is one of them. We also have JFK. John F. Kennedy Jr., John F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King. And Robert Kennedy. Oh, yeah. And there are some very strong women and people that were assassinated too. But that's another story. Okay. Well, that makes me sad and scared. Well, Dino, you won't be assassinated. I'm here to protect you. But if you need anyone to talk to about assassination, just talk to your family and ask them about it. And they'll make you feel better. In the meantime, know that Harvey Milk lives on in his dreams. He's a very good person in our dream world because he did so many good things. And if it wasn't for him, we might not even have gay marriage. He really made a difference. Yeah, he did. I'm glad he was alive. Me too. And I'm glad to be here with you, Dino. I'm glad to be here with you, silly Aunt Sissy. Well, thank you, Dino. Mwah. You're beautiful. You too, silly Aunt Sissy. You're beautiful. Of course. I love you. Let's sing a song, why don't we, Dino? I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. And silly Aunt Sissy and Dino love you. 'Cause you're happy. You're happy. You're a very good person. We love you. Yes, we do. Well, thanks for singing with me, Dino. You're welcome. Thanks for singing with me, silly Aunt Sissy. You're welcome. Well, guys, that wraps up the story time of Silly Aunt Sissy. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, please ask me. All right? Please ask. Have a great night and be proud. Thanks for listening to Silly Aunt Sissy. Silly Aunt Sissy. We're here for you. We're here for you. Come back next time for more adventures with Silly Aunt Sissy, where we go to California and amazing places. And we'll learn more about the world. Bye. Bye-bye.